Costa Rica squares off with Guatemala. Good evening to all, wherever you may be. I'm David Gaskin, and we are live from Estadio Nacional in San Jose, Costa Rica. Temperatures right now at a right 70 degrees. You see the humidity, the wind's blowing out about 4 miles per hour. It's a gorgeous night for ball here on a Tuesday night. Glad you can be here with us, hanging out as we wrap things up in League A, Group A. As you can see, the combatants top to bottom here. Guatemala is the leader of the pack so far. 7 points. They're not perfect, but they're somewhat close. Costa Rica right behind them at 2 points. Suriname at 4 points, and everyone else kind of on the upside looking up. And where we are right now with Costa Rica and Guatemala sitting at 1 and 2 respectively in League A, Group A. Guatemala is a punch-in for the next round. The qualifiers right now for them, pretty easy. Costa Rica, it's a question of can they join the party as well? Both of these teams had appeared against each other about a month ago. They played off and squared off in a match that ended in a scoreless draw. Not much that you can write home about in terms of that contest when both these teams lined up about a month ago. In Guatemala, the shots, the possession, the opportunities were pretty much even across the board. How even? Well, possession was 50-50. The shots favored Guatemala by a narrow margin, 6-4. But all in all, the quality and the brand of style that each of those teams played a month ago wasn't great, it wasn't compelling, but they grew into it, and as you saw the match unfold into the 60th, into the 70th, and then eventually into the 90th minute, neither team wanted to make that critical mistake at an opportune time for the opposition, so that match played a little bit conservative, and that's why it ended in a scoreless draw. Both these teams, though, concluding League A and Group A here tonight. We'll also do some scoreboard watching as well to see what some of the other clubs do in this fine Tuesday night setting. For Costa Rica, they're coming off a 1-1 draw with Suriname about 3-4 days ago. They played that 1-1 draw against Suriname back on October the 11th. And for them here tonight, they want to get back to their winning ways. They're winless in the last 2 contests. They had an early advantage in the 12th minute. Osmer Alcocer scored the game's first goal in the 12th minute, but he picked up red later on in the affair. Suriname eventually equalized. They played deadlock as soon as they reached full time. And for Costa Rica, that was a match that they were heavy favorites in. Did not come away with 3 points, and that's why they're left scratching and clawing their way into the next round here tonight. Both these teams taking the field right now. We're going to step aside for a couple minutes. Got the national anthems, starting laps, and the opening kickoff. It's Guatemala and Costa Rica coming up next.
Para escuchar el himno nacional de Guatemala, seguido por el himno nacional de Costa Rica.
right, so here we go. We're back live from Estadio Nacional in San Jose, Costa Rica. This is pretty much a must-win for Costa Rica if they have any ambitions of advancing to the quarterfinals. Why? Well, because they're only a point in front of one club right now, and that is Martinique, that has 4 points, and Suriname along with 4 as well. The deployment tonight for Costa Rica and Claudio Vivas. Again, they have 5 points tonight so far. They're in second place in League A Group A behind Guatemala. If they win tonight, they will advance to the quarterfinals. If they play to a draw, they'll at least have a point, but it's not a guarantee that they'll advance to the quarterfinals based on what happens with Suriname tonight and also Martinique. They don't play each other, so there will be points in those contests no matter what shakes out for both of those clubs. Conversely, for Guatemala, they're a shoo-in to advance to the quarterfinals. It's just a matter if they're going to go as the first place team, a second place team, depending on if Costa Rica obviously beats them here tonight. But they can take care of business any way that they can, a win or a draw, and they're moving on with comfortable margins as well. Joseph Dickerson, our lead official tonight. Cameron Blanchard, Logan Brown, Fernando Hernandez, the rest of the officials here today. Should be fun. The fact that each match is being played right now allows these clubs to go at it and go for it, as opposed to scoreboard watching a bit. Guatemala beating Guyana 3-1 a few days ago, when it sets things up for them nicely to be in the pole position. Hagen in between the sticks here tonight for Guatemala. And for Luis Tena, again, all they need to do is capture 8 points. So a victory or a draw, and they're moving to the quarterfinals with that top seed. Costa Rica, though, obviously has a lot more work to do here tonight. Drastically different than Guatemala. Saw things shake out yesterday in an interesting affair with Honduras and Jamaica. It's more about sparring with each other and knowing that both those clubs were advancing to the quarterfinals amongst the top 4 spots. But for Costa Rica, they have no choice. They have to go for it. So we'll be watching the out-of-town scoreboard as this match continues to be played throughout the good night. Both these clubs awfully familiar with each other. In fact, when you look at the overall body of work, these teams have met 31 times all time across every kind of format. Costa Rica has the advantage by 1, 16 to 15 in terms of the advantage in that column. Costa Rica, the better team. They've scored 25 times and conceded 19 in those matchups. As this contest featuring Honduras going from left to right on your screen, and Costa Rica, the host nation tonight, is moving from right to left. These teams were playing a little cat and mouse about a month ago. Neither team wanting to break serve. And because of that, there was just a lack of scoring opportunities. Well, we see what happens here tonight. Got to imagine, if you're in the position that you are as a Costa Rica fan, you want to give your team as much spunk and energy early as possible. Again, a loss is not detrimental, but it really puts you behind the 8 ball because you're stuck scoreboard watching and hoping someone else takes care of the business that you could not. Even a draw puts you in a bind. But a victory, and you don't have to worry about anything else. You advance to the quarterfinals as the winner of League A Group A. Costa Rica is winless in their last 2 contests, but they have won 4 straight at home. Good touch early on from Nicholas Hagen. Hagen, member of Columbus Crew in the MLS. Guatemala has been white hot as of late. Unbeaten in 15 of their last 18 matches across all competitions. And they've been strong on the road as well. They've scored at least 2 goals in 6 straight road contests. And we do expect them to dial up the pressure here again tonight. Shot never had a chance to go on target. It was rather strange when these teams got together in Guatemala. Lack of enthusiasm for a goal was pretty consistent throughout full time. Guatemala, though, dispatching Guyana easily when they played against each other a couple days ago on October the 11th. Oscar Santos had a brace. He busted loose in the scoring in the 17th minute and then added a nightcap in the 68th. Oscar Castellanos was sandwiched in between. He scored the 61st minute to make it a 2-1 advantage. Stephen Duke McKenna scored his lone marker for Guyana, but it was all for naught. It was a 3-1 outcome for Guatemala. And they never looked back. I think the surprise so far, at least in League A Group A, is what we had witnessed a few days ago with Costa Rica and Suriname. Costa Rica was a sizable favorite over Suriname. Odds makers thought they were going to win that match by at least 2 goals. Some outlets 3, and they played to a 1-1 draw. Ugalde mixing things up. Cardoza not too happy about the rebuttal. Again, for Costa Rica, Alcocer is out of tonight's contest. He picked up red against Suriname, so he's stuck playing spectator tonight. And that was part of the reason why Costa Rica had to play to that 1-1 draw. Couldn't do anything about the outcome in the second half. Alcocer, who picked up the red, it was in the 51st minute of that second half against Suriname. He had a yellow in the first half, and then the second one that was shown, he immediately flipped to red, and his night was over with. And then all of a sudden, Costa Rica started taking on water. And because of that, they had to keep things at bay against Suriname in a 1-1 match. They really couldn't go for it. We expect them to do that here tonight. Trying to approach and looking for Aguilera. Aguilera was on the run. But out wide here. Madrigal lost footing on it. Good intercept too by Santos. Little nutmeg. Costa Rica applying the pressure with Ugalde. Interesting enough, when these two teams played that scoreless draw a month ago, that added a little bit more to the discomfort of Costa Rica. They just have not been successful in years past. Played into the box, immediately removed by Braun. Sequeira was waiting and lurking on that back line. Costa Rica trying to apply some pressure. Costa Rica has not won a match against Honduras in what probably feels like forever and a day, considering these soccer stakes. Their last victory against Honduras, or against Guatemala, excuse me, was back in 2014. So their last 3 contests against Guatemala, they've come up empty. All time, when you date back to the overall series history, get the jet all the way back to 1921 as Ugalde takes a tumble. Joseph Dickerson looking on, and Castellanos just shaking his head in a bit of a disagreement. Santos was the one that got into the ribcage, but I don't think there was much to do about anything there. Call that a professional love tap. Costa Rica having the advantage over Guatemala. They've only lost 17 times. Lofted in the box, to the back post we go. No real connection there. Costa Rica having the all-time advantage with 32 victories. Guatemala with 17. And they've also played to 16 draws. Question is, do we get something different tonight? Especially for Guatemala. They would love to burn Costa Rica here at a prime time. For their hometown faithful on the run, Ugalde with some space. Wide open left-hand side. Madrigal scores in the 9th minute. Exactly what Costa Rica needs. They lead 1-0. Well, they were rudely awakened a few days ago by Suriname playing to a 1-1 draw. And you got to imagine to a man the players would make sure that they take care of business tonight in front of their hometown faithful. Ugalde over left-hand side of Madrigal. Everyone for Guatemala is asking for it to be offside. It was not the case. But beautiful setup here, and Madrigal's not going to miss from that close. Hagen had to come out and attack the shooter, which was Ugalde, and it cleared space for Madrigal in the 9th minute. 1-0 for the home side. Huge goal. Back in transition again. A second attempt. Good play by Hagen. Hagen alertly coming off of his line, and he had to because Martinez, who was bearing down, was staring at a 2-0 outcome early. This is not the end of the world for Guatemala. You know they'd love to play spoilers in this type of an environment. As we scoreboard watch, and the pressure, while it is on Costa Rica, they do have the advantage. But conversely, Suriname has scored early. They lead Guyana 1-0. Coming into tonight's contest, Suriname was a point behind Costa Rica. Martinique also a point behind with 4. So you look at the dynamics. Even with a victory tonight for Suriname, they will not advance to the quarterfinals. Top 2 teams would beat Guatemala and Costa Rica. Mendez got tripped up. Franco. So the question of dynamics now unfolding for Guatemala. How do you play this thing out? Keep in mind, they do have some rest after this contest. Entry was denied. This is a completely different team for Costa Rica tonight compared to a few days ago. But you get those kind of responses after you do not play to your level. Creeping over the left-hand side. This drop off by Calvo. Calvo is every bit the defender that Costa Rica needs and wants. He's dangerous on set pieces, and he can really get under the skin of the opposition when he needs to. Assertive again. Martinez onto the weak side. The far side official did not have a flag up, though. Madrigal pulls the trigger, and that shot was denied. Herrera got in front of it. Aaron playing his ball with DC United. This will result in a corner for Costa Rica. See this look from Martinez. I mean, to me, it looked like he was probably close to a mile offside. Nobody saw it, so we played on. Take advantage of what you can get. Aguilera here. What does he serve up? Not his best effort. Ardone gets it out. Again, Aguilera. Nobody around. Take a look again from Sequeira. This long ball setting up everything on the attack, and then all of a sudden Costa Rica was off to the races. The right-hand side, then Madrigal left all alone on the left. That stretch passing from Ugalde, but tip of the cap, Sequeira, Martinez, Ugalde, bang. I mean, it's almost the equivalent of a prison break, right? Where everyone is just mad scrambling for freedom, and it was all led by the keeper. So you worked through the back out, in Costa Rica on full display, rushing forward. Great sequence there in the buildup for Costa Rica. Those quick passing, assertiveness, and unselfish ball. 1-0 for Costa Rica in the 9th minute. Costa Rica has not played bad so far in group play. And most people are thinking, well, what's wrong with them? They don't have any losses so far. The one thing that they're stuck on is a couple of draws. Playing to a draw against Guatemala, playing to a draw against Suriname. Yeah, that just adds up. The response, Guatemala trying to probe, they can't yet. Nearly a handball. Calvo misjudged it. Does not matter though, it's a turnover back the other way. Aguilera, not his best effort, he identified it. Franco. Teams playing with scoreless draw on September the 9th. Costa Rica opening things up on Guadalupe. He blitzed them 3-0. Things have just been different ever since. Mendez off the end line and can't control it. So all appears to be okay for now for Costa Rica. Now the question though for them is, can they stay consistent and either build on this advantage or just close it out? Guatemala holding possession right now. Mendez was asking for delivery. To the right side, Herrera. Herrera tried to glide that through, and Calvo just blew a tire and was able to intercept. Nice job by Calvo scoring at Mendez. Maybe a bit frustrated. Possible chip. No, that's it. Into the box again and headed away by Juan Pablo Vargas. It'll be a corner for the side from Guatemala. Santos will take this. Trying to build on his brace. Previous match against Guyana. Before all that happens, our lead official Joseph Dickerson telling the fellas to calm things down. Santos bends this through. Sequeira comes out to collect. Veteran keeper's done his part. Feels like the temperature in this match has cooled off a little bit. Pretty decent amount of angst early on. For Costa Rica settling in. Madrigal in the 9th minute. Ugalde the assist, but help from Martinez and Sequeira. Ooh, a little too long on that run for Madrigal. Intercept Madrigal on the approach. Madrigal hits his own teammate. Ugalde and company rushing forward, providing too much resistance for their own teammate. Too much run on that ball. It's intercepted by Mitchell. Good job by Mitchell. Positioned properly in front of Mendez. things quieting down, at least for Costa Rica. They've been more on the front foot than Guatemala has so far. For Guatemala, they haven't even had a shot yet. Almost like they are playing to keep this somewhat competitive, but no real sense of urgency compared to Costa Rica. All the pressure defensively from Costa Rica, bottling up Guatemala. Galdi tried it once, see if he gives it a go again. No. Give credit where credit is due for Costa Rica. Putting the pressure on the back line for Guatemala. Don't know if that was necessarily offside for Vargas. Back on the intercept, Guatemala trying to rebut. Mendez, who gave it up initially, turned over. Quiros. Guatemala trying to make up. Quiros jumping up into the play defensively. Splits two defenders. See this counter being rushed. Good break for Costa Rica out wide. Vargas over the left-hand side. It was broken up at the very last minute. And a fine play by Samoya. Great rush, though, up front for Vargas. It was a clear path 2-on-1. At the very last second, denial by the back line of Guatemala. Well, that's where Costa Rica's been looking for here tonight, is a frequency in counters. Looks like Ugalde, and it is. Let's see exactly what happened with Ugalde. Medical team coming out to look at him. Aguilera taking this. Pitch conditions rather moist. Aguilera with a little knuckleball. That ball didn't have a lot of hook to it. Calvo came screaming in and just missed on the header. Some cramping there inside the 18. Can see if that's Mitchell. Yeah, Mitchell back to his toes. 28th minute. Hagen looking on. See where this throw-in comes for Mitchell. Pretty decent lofty approach, but turned over immediately. As soon as I say that, ball was wiped away. I have not seen any kind of resistance from Guatemala so far. Everyone's been on point for Costa Rica. They're clearing away the better team tonight. Calvo thought about jumping up into the play. Not going to be caught on the back line. Jostling for positioning, though. Nathaniel Mendez looking for a cross. Played through, bobbled around, controlled by a minute. Castellanos didn't have an area to shoot from. Guatemala working quickly. That ball, oh, it's turned over by Franco. Pretty good battle and something we'll see all night. Calvo and Mendez. Pretty sweet move by Mendez. Castellanos had his look and wiped out the last minute. Now into the 30th minute, we'll have stats, we'll have highlights, a bunch of things to look forward to. At the conclusion of this opening half, Madrigal, a lone difference maker in the 9th minute. Galde the assist. He's back out there on the pitch in the middle of the park. There's Martinez. Slowly play it around, and Hagen will spotlight it. Madrigal trying to get it to Martinez, goes off a member of Guatemala. Throw-in coming. Last we saw, Suriname had a 1-0 advantage over Guyana. Madrigal with the left foot was broken up. Suriname and Guyana, since we last saw it, exchanging some punches. Suriname now leading 2-1. Geraldo Becker with a quick brace. He scored in the 3rd and in the 10th minute to make it 2-0. Guyana got one back in the 13th minute, and we have a yellow card here. Not happy with the end result. Ardone, and now everyone approaching the far side official. Joseph Dickerson, our lead official, needs to calm down temperatures here. These players are getting together, and what do we got? Ugalde got shoved. Franco doing a little bit of pushback and chirping as well. Mitchell trying to get in his grill, but a good job by Aaron Herrera to fend him off. There's 2 players for Costa Rica that are down. One of them's Quiros. And now Sequeira doing exactly what he should do as a keeper, keeping his club's emotions at bay. Just walk away, he says, and walk away. Why? Well, you have the advantage, but also, ooh, a head kick there. And yeah, Ardon clearly struck Vargas. It's through the follow through. And so, yeah, I can understand where Ardon's argument's going to be made. You could make the comment Vargas ran into his foot. Of course. But there is control that needs to come into play. The aftermath also has a big impact, but when you take that kind of a headshot, tensions are hot, and for good reason. Francisco Calvo will chop it up with our lead official. Can't see red in that instance, but it did look like there's some extracurricular activities happening after. Oh, and by the way, Suriname just scored again. So they now lead over Guyana 3-1 in the 34th minute. So 4 first-half goals scored. Suriname has 3 of them. That's quite the party. This one almost feels like a backroom brawl. So Suriname trying to do their part. Now the question is, can Guatemala offer any kind of support? Vargas back to his feet. See that gash it looks like over his forehead. Man, that doesn't feel good, does it? Take a right foot to the dome. Aguilera will serve this one up. 36th minute. Looking for Calvo. Oh, the header just missed by Madrigal. Try would not have counted. Pretty good ball by Aguilera, bending this thing in, and yeah, Hagen missed on it. He whiffed with the right hand. No numbers here. Played across, and it was disrupted easy by Juan Pablo Vargas. Had a good angle on that ball too, even with Rubio Mendez bearing down. Locked to the back post, the header carrying him around, never made its way through target. Costa Rica trying to spring things forward on the counter. Martinez with some speed, got an open guy on the right hand side. Open net, they score! Vargas off the deck and onto the board. It's 2-0 Costa Rica. Quite the sequence, but it's exactly like the first goal they scored. Everybody darting forward. Martinez, Vargas, Hagen had no chance on this one. And the transition defense by Guatemala has been rather poor. And that's probably making it PG rated on the language. You can't concede these kind of transition breaks to the opposition. Not when they're trying to do this on the regular. 2 of the 3 times that they've attempted it, they've scored. Pretty fitting, though, for Vargas to score, right? Takes a right foot straight to his forehead to get rocked. And then he comes through with a banger of his own in the 38th minute. 2-0 for the home side. What's one way to shake the cobwebs loose? These transition moments, though, for Costa Rica, they've been gifts for Guatemala. I mean, the lack of presence of where they have been on the field defensively. Entire back line's been vacant, and if you are Nicholas Hagen, you have to speak a little bit louder to your defense. Another cross. Oh, Martinez was there. Madrigal with the left foot. That one just deflected wide. He had it. It was broken up. Aguilera got taken out. Madrigal, the chip, the header. Oh, Hagen had it. It elevated and it went over the crossbar. Costa Rica threatening to blow the doors off this match, and they've been relentless. Great proposition for Madrigal, and Martinez, his header, nearly found the mark. Oh, look out again. Here we go. Left-hand side, Madrigal, open space, unselfish and probably way too unselfish. He's got to take that shot. Brian going to see yellow. In a 2-0 game, I understand why Madrigal gave that ball up. But if we go back to this, and we do, look at this lane. Take the shot. I don't know what Madrigal was thinking about. Shooter's got to shoot. Madrigal opened the scoring in the 9th minute. Vargas in the 38th. There's where we stand. More physicality continues. Aguilera getting upended by Ardone. Ardone has to be careful. He's playing on yellow right now. Braun picked up yellow in the 42nd minute. Ardone in the 33rd. Ardone's yellow card wasn't of any kind of malice. Herrera not doing anything this time against Calvo. Could not have written a better script for Costa Rica. Mendez's shot ricocheting off the back of Juan Pablo Vargas. Shielding Santos. Santos tried flipping it to a dangerous spot with Rubio Mendez lurking, but not available. Miscommunication there. Take a look at our fourth official when we have a moment to see how much stoppage time will be awarded. Speak of the devil, there's Fernando Hernandez signaling 3 minutes of stoppage time. So he gives us the green light, or green lights. Plenty of pun intended there. 3 minutes, not bad at all considering all the mayhem that's been going on in this first half. Costa Rica has to be enthused about how they've opened up this contest. They've looked for every moment to transition into the attacking third. And Guatemala has not been consistent defensively to mark the appropriate players, especially out wide. And if Madrigal wasn't as unselfish as he was, this thing would be 3-0. But they have two. They'd love to take it into the locker room with that advantage, if not more. Quick chip. How about this for another look? Calvo. Calvo, top of the box. Martinez, no, not the first time. Second crack at it. Tries to chip it. No, denied. Nice movement here by Aguilera. Getting a little bit more space for Vargas. He scored in the 38th minute. Well, Juan Pablo Vargas took way too much time to collect. Nice wipeout play by Aguilera. Tries to insert this in. That is going to be offside. Not one, but two players for Costa Rica. This has been on the regular, though, so even though you see two players for Costa Rica offside, they've been hanging out on that back line all night long against Guatemala. Not offside. It is offside. Near set official with the flag. Our lead official, Joseph Dickerson, blows the whistle indicating the first 45 are in the books. But that man right there, Warren Madrigal, and him, Ken Vargas, each scoring in this first half, the 9th and the 38th minute. Costa Rica all over Guatemala early on. 45 minutes down and 45 to go. Costa Rica leading Guatemala by a score of 2-0. Start of the second half is about to get underway. We have one change. Pedro Altan coming in for William Cardoza. 2-0 Costa Rica with the advantage. Can't imagine that'll be the only change so far for Luis Tena. But they have been rocked. Second half begins. Guatemala with possession, moving from right to left. Down 2-0. Madrigal and Vargas each scoring in the opening half. Costa Rica wins here tonight, which it looks like they're going to do. That's assuming this performance stays as is. It'd be the best team in Ligue A, Group A, with 8 points. Guatemala would have 7 points, but the question now becomes, what happens with the other teams in 3rd and 4th place? Suriname playing right now. Let's drive from the right-hand side. Sequeira with a good stop. His first challenge of the night, and he comes up big to stop Santos. Santos was quick to pounce, right? Mitchell came closing late. Santos unable to elevate it. Sequeira making sure there's no rebound. Martinez had a moment to drop pass it. The chip. Guidos. Possession stays though for the home side. Mention Suriname. Suriname leading right now to open up the second half over Guyana. 3-1's the score there. For tiebreakers, we look at goal differential first, and then goals for and head-to-head results. Line drive, it's taken out. So goal differential coming into this contest, Guatemala was +4. They've given 2 back, so now they're only +2. Suriname came into tonight's affair at +1. So if they win tonight and this score stays as is, they would leapfrog Guatemala. That'd be a brutal role reversal, though. Ardon into the box, top of it. Laces out to the right-hand side. Castellanos gave it up. That shot partially deflected the way through by Madrigal. It looked like Herrera was thinking about 2 different things and failed to do the one thing that he should have done, was shoot. Haven't seen a whole lot from Guatemala offensively tonight. Mendez trying to serve one up onto the turf. Guatemala holding possession for the time being. Mitchell trying to head it away. Pressure stays on for Guatemala. Herrera sizing up Ugalde. Ugalde, fine play, technical walk in that sideline, stays on his feet. Good pressure. Herrera, you can see the frustration, and Calvo wants to retaliate. Ugalde asking for more than just a common foul. Good clean shoulder from Ugalde. No numbers. Guatemala has shown better presence defensively. To the box. Nice play by Mitchell. Sequeira will pounce on it again. Everyone for Guatemala asking for an illegal touch, and that's not the case. Costa Rica looking for a lot more. The right-hand side of that drive, piercing over the net was Vargas. As we scoreboard watch, 2 games in consideration as we look back at this moment from Vargas. Martinique, who came into tonight's affair with 4 points, 1 behind Costa Rica and 3 behind Guatemala. They're still scoreless with Guadalupe, but the other match, Suriname and Guyana, began the second half. Looks like Suriname just tacked on another goal in the 52nd minute. 4-1 Suriname. So they have moved in real time in front of Guatemala. If these matches held serve right now, Costa Rica would win League A Group A and Suriname would finish in second. Tip of the cap to Suriname. It's impressive for Suriname to handle their business, and they'll be rewarded. Martinez hit the turf. Must be a shocking moment for Guatemala. Not only to be manhandled like this tonight. Look out for this. Is it 3-0? No, that shot didn't have a lot of sauce on it from Ugalde. Pretty good lane for Ugalde to shoot from. Guatemala came into tonight's contest in a comfortable position. Now the wheels have just fallen off the wagon. That's what happens when you don't take care of your own business. lot of the activity played through the middle of the park. Watch out here, another transition break. Vargas on the right, hitting it through. Play was broken up nicely. Presence was there. Like that was Ruiz to disrupt everything. Numbers? No, it'll be offside. Near side official has his flag up. The shot would not have counted, and Martinez scored anyway. The flag was up for a good minute. Two 2-0 here. Goals in the 9th and 38th minute. Vargas, later stages of the half. Madrigal cracked open the scoring in the 9th minute. Ugalde leading the charge. Martinez out wide with an angle. Takes a good shot. Hagen taps it down, stops it to his left. Good composure there. Martinez working the back post, the header. Slicing way wide. And everything's going right. Trying to mess around a little bit. It's just a confident group here in the second half. Guatemala trying to get on the right side. Flag is going to go up. It's a good lead again for Ugalde and Martinez. Martinez has been probably one of a handful of players for Costa Rica that has been exceptional on the night. Be curious to see what kind of moves will be made and how many reserves will be infused by Costa Rica. Mendez, nobody around. Pretty packed in and compact as Costa Rica defensively. Played into the box, tapped down by Sequeira. Good stop from Sequeira from well out. Shot was about 25-30 yards out. So Suriname leading 4-1 over Guyana. Second half is in the 61st minute. Martinique and Guadalupe still scoreless. Pretty good contact there with Mitchell. Colliding, and Altan asking for more than just the bump off. Pretty close. Sekera comes high diving out. Good stop in the collection. See if we get yellow. That's exactly the case. Castellanos seeing it. Go back to the sequence. It's a 50-50 ball. See what kind of changes we get here in the second half for Guatemala. See the surface and everything around the track. Temperatures have dropped down now to 68 degrees, but humidity at 97%, and it is raining. Not disturbing the peace, though, for the hometown faithful. Mendez, that shot would not have counted. Yeah, Mendez about a mile off and out of bounds. Pretty compelling night for Costa Rica. Ooh, good takeout here. Mitchell, is he going to see yellow? Yeah, immediately on this play. Pretty decisive move by our lead official, Joseph Dickerson. Yeah, I mean, the stop from Mitchell, he's living with fire right now. I think Jonathan Franco also has to be careful, too. He got right into the grill of our lead official. See what kind of delivery this ball is, and yeah, not his best effort. Santos has only had a couple of looks here tonight. Probably the one off that was near a complete miss. Mondragon in the 9th minute. Vargas in the 38th. And that dead giveaway right there is pretty indicative of how this match has been played for Guatemala. So the fans hanging out here, Estadio Nacional. The scene of the spectacle of Costa Rica holding serve on home ground. Martinez will depart. He'll get a roaring applause from the hometown faithful. Joel Campbell will check in for him. Alejandro Braun, who's playing on yellow. Sebastian Acuna is also coming in. Those are the two changes. Pretty easy picking tonight for Costa Rica. This is probably one of the more comfortable matches for them so far. Guatemala changed things. Ordona, the cross, broke it up, nicely done on the dead run defensively by Quiros. It's the first dangerous moment of the match for Guatemala. Back post, Sequeira volleys it away. Ruiz, who gave it up. Samayoya tapered off, and this goes off the right foot, goes right back to Costa Rica. Pretty big stakes here tonight for Costa Rica. And they've been impressive to ring up not one but two goals. Two tens colliding. Altan and Aguilera. It's one of those rare instances that you will hear someone in the public say, let's split those tens. Move, top of the box, good play defensively, but Vargas looking through Ugalde. Play was broken up. Possession stays with Costa Rica. Vargas and company continue to probe, and why shouldn't they? decent approach and the good movement. Played across. Just moved Campbell. Oh, the header! It finds Twine! There's Campbell on the board, and it's 3-0 Costa Rica! Officials talking about it. So much for basking in the sun. This is a rain dance for Costa Rica. Check out this sequence. Campbell, who jammed on the brakes, had the right idea. The question is, Calvo on that entry. And Mitchell, who's trying to head that ball in, face planted on the goal line. But Francisco Calvo, excellent precision. This thing was just tailor-made for him. Bicycle kick off foot, corner of the net, tuck it home. And why not dance, Francisco? Smooth as he can be, it is all Costa Rica, and Calvo smiling his way to a victory. Can hear the chants of Calvo, Calvo. Pretty easy to say that the captain is their fire and ice. He's the spirit, he's the energy, and defensively he can really squash things that come his way. Guatemala looking to make some more changes. They have 3 oncoming. Costa Rica will have 1 as the rebuttal. But for Luis Tena, he cannot do anything about this. It is a buzzsaw here tonight. Nobody really saw this coming, did they? Two teams played to a scoreless draw a month ago. Speaking of goals, while Costa Rica leads right now 3-0, Suriname has tacked on another goal. 5-1 in the 76th minute. So, barring a major breakdown by Costa Rica, Suriname is going to climb up to the number 2 ranking in Ligue A Group A. And they will pole vault over Guatemala. Costa Rica will sit atop the leaderboard in Ligue A Group A. And now the question is, what happens with Martinique? Unfortunate for them, they can't record a goal. Otherwise, this thing would be very interesting. Guadalupe and Martinique are scoreless right now in the 76th minute. Kind of a bum right now. We want more drama. Have enough, don't we? Good play defensively by Madrigal, racing for it, but the ball's played out of harm's way. Bending through, nice play by Ugalde. Costa Rica trying to forge forward on another rush. Pretty good play though defensively. Saravia, who just came into the contest, wipes it away. Story of the night, Costa Rica driving home 3 goals, and the cherry on top was the off-foot bicycle kick by Francisco Calvo. Ariel Lassiter did not even start this contest, is coming into the affair. And a round of applause for Warren Madrigal. He walks off the pitch delighted and grateful. The fans also respond in kind. Jalen Mitchell will also depart. He's playing on yellow. Mendez. The right-hand side, that drive. Oh, hits a body off the woodwork. The rebound. Oh, pouncing on Sequeira. I think ricocheted off one part of a body. Herrera was the one with the initial drive. Check out the sequence. Yeah, it goes between the wickets. And Calvo wasn't necessarily trying to block the shot, was in the way. Yeah, ball goes off his legs, off the woodwork. Rebound scrambles to the left. Rubio Mendez's night is over with. Pretty precarious situation, given all the circumstances tonight for Guatemala. To the cross. For as precarious it is for Guatemala to be in, I think it has to be more alarming of their efforts to open up this match. Again, everything was laid out for them. You can win or you can draw. And even if you lose, you can't get blown out. That's exactly what's happened here tonight. Guatemala have any kind of moment in time for them to get on the board. And for all intents and purposes, it really does not matter considering the stakes. Suriname has a goal differential now of +5. Impressive showing tonight for Costa Rica. Conclusion of this contest, we'll have full-time highlights, some stats. We'll try to get a player interview or two. Menendez, he gonna see yellow? Yeah, that's gonna be. No, it's tough to rule on. It's a 50-50 ball, and he's within arm's distance of it. His reach. Certainly a frustrating night for him and everybody else with Guatemala. Not their A game, in fact, not even their B game. Campbell. Costa Rica certainly capable of pouring it on. Not to say that they will, but have a chance to pour a little salt in the wound. Why not? Calvo looking for a second. The header, good stop by Haig, and the rebound scrambles wide to the left. Pretty good header. Cascante after the initial drive. Hagen with a fine stop. And now a little bit of jostling that leads to some tumbling. Quiros with a yellow. Yellow for Quiros here in the 87th minute. Looked like Guatemala was offside. Doesn't matter. Free play goes nowhere. We'll keep an eye on their fourth official, see how much added time we're given. This match is 3-0, but to be fair to Costa Rica, it hasn't been that close. Madrigal passed up on a would-be goal to feed Martinez. His pass was broken up at the last moment. Depart. Everybody back for Guatemala. It's one thing we didn't see in the first encounter between the two sides. As passive as one could be, tonight, drastically different. Which, to their credit, is exactly what Costa Rica needed to do. So the pressure was placed on them, and they answered the call. Madrigal, Vargas, Calvo with the damage tonight. 2 in the first, 1 in the second half. Played across, ball ran a little bit too long on that attempt. 3 more minutes of stoppage time. not a bad idea to throw it towards the keeper, but Sequeira looking for another clean sheet. Another ambitious approach by Guatemala. Just have not had a lot of that tonight. Pretty devastating night, though, for Guatemala. Came in control. The left-hand side, almost results in an own goal. The takeaway, Calvo. Trying to pick up a brace. No, his insert intercepted. Left-hand side, Menendez shoots, high arcing. It slices up and wide to the left. No dice. Pretty surprising that these moments are so late in the match for Guatemala. One has to ask where it's been for 80, 85 minutes. And now we've reached full time. This was an absolute bloodbath for Costa Rica. They went pillar to post on Guatemala, and Francisco Calvo made everything count for him and his teammates. They outclassed Guatemala here tonight for the opening kickoff to the final whistle. 3-0's the score. Madrigal, Vargas, and Calvo inflicting all the damage in this one. But for Guatemala, they were the top team in League A, Group A, coming into tonight's contest, and they got blitzed. They got blitzed by the better and the more hungry team. Costa Rica wins it. Suriname also wins it here tonight. So they're going to leapfrog Guatemala. Costa Rica will win League A, Group A, and they run away with this thing by a final score of 3-0.
Nicolás Hagen, capitán del equipo de Guatemala, ¿qué pasó en ese partido que se le complicó tanto al equipo?
No, creo que Costa Rica hizo bien su partido. El primer tiempo pues nos agarraron mal parados en una jugada que tenemos que tener mejor control, era peligro en nosotros y paró haciendo al revés. Creo que son detalles que podemos arreglar. Al final pues contento con el esfuerzo que el grupo, yo sé que el resultado no fue lo mismo, pero sabemos lo que tenemos que trabajar, sabemos en lo que tiene que mejorar y vamos a ir adelante.
Bueno, este resultado lamentablemente los manda a la Liga B para la próxima parte.
Pues habría que tratarlo, habría que arreglar las cosas y pues tratar de darle vuelta a la página, tratar de mejorar y ir para adelante. Guatemala le ha tocado caminar desde la Liga C y lo hemos venido haciendo en contra y pues de eso no va a parar y vamos a seguir así.
Gracias.
Dale.
Warren Madrigal, jugador de Costa Rica. Warren, un primer gol que abre la senda del triunfo para Costa Rica y un primer lugar.
Bueno, muy agradecido con Dios, la verdad. Es un partido muy importante. Planeamos durante la semana hacer las cosas de la mejor manera y gracias a Dios pudimos sacar los 3 puntos y somos líderes.
Ese gol.
Sí, gracias a Dios. Es el fruto del trabajo del día a día, seguir humildes, seguir haciendo las cosas de la mejor manera.
Llegaron muy presionados, pero logran sacar el resultado.
Es una presión lindísima y quiero agradecerle a la gente que vino. Nos sentimos muy acuerpados por todos y ojalá así sea siempre.
Gracias.
Con gusto.
Gracias, amor.
A game that meant so much for both sides, more for Costa Rica than Guatemala thought initially, turned into an absolute nightmare for one side. A stretch pass that was developing and it opened things up for Costa Rica. On one side, Ugalde, Madrigal on the left-hand side, busted loose. And the goal scoring started in the 9th minute. Costa Rica off to the races early. It was 1-0. For Costa Rica, they came into this contest a couple points behind Guatemala in League A, Group A, and because of that, they needed to win tonight or at least capture a point for any hopes of advancing to the quarterfinals. Well, they took care of business tonight, and they got out to the goal-scoring barrage early in this contest. We go for the 9th minute, midway through the second half, or the opening half, excuse me. Vargas on the right-hand side, 38th minute. Martinez, unselfish ball, find the wide-open guy. Vargas pocketing his first of the evening, and the rout was on. It was all Costa Rica, 2-0. Instances like this were pretty frequent in the first half for Guatemala. Poor transition defense, not properly marking, and because that, Costa Rica felt great about themselves, running all over the pitch. They were enthusiastic, they were assertive, and they were rewarded 2-0. Second half, both these teams trying to recalibrate, more so for Guatemala. They didn't have a lot of chances, though. This is one of only a couple. Sequeira, in between the pipes tonight, was rather strong. Saw a couple of shots that were near him, one of them off the crossbar. This one, though, from the right-hand side, and Oscar Santos, who had a brace in his last contest, couldn't get out the schneid here tonight. This shot going to go off of Francisco Calvo. Shot previously being blocked and then scrambling wide. The defense was pretty sturdy, though, for Costa Rica. Check out this sequence, though. Things being volleyed around. Ugalde trying to get on the board. That shot just misses the far left bar. He was so good offensively, setting other teammates up. Couldn't do anything for himself, though, in that instance. But never a brave moment other than now to take a shot. That one just missed wide of the net. Martinez on the approach this time, taking the shot. Patrick Hager, Nicholas Hagen, the easy stop for him. Martinez, but a couple of looks in this contest, was strong throughout. Sequeira pouncing on this crossing attempt, nullifying one try. Campbell, who came into the contest trying to make an impact, that was fending off nicely, and then Francisco Calvo with a bicycle kick with his left foot. Man, you talk about a banger of a goal. That is a highlight reel moment for Calvo. He didn't go jumping into the stands, but he was pretty close. Campbell trying to set this up. Everybody for Guatemala was back, but Calvo on his back and on the board, 3-0. And that was it pretty much. Calvo and Costa Rica, good reason to celebrate, because they also got some help here tonight because of the performance from Suriname. Suriname won their match 5-1. That shot going off the crossbar, and Sequeira keeping himself a clean sheet on the night. Costa Rica, reason to celebrate. They took care of business. They also got some help from Suriname, and because of all of that, they're advancing to the quarterfinals. And they do so winning League A, Group A. Could stop here on the goal line from Hagen. Cascante, who came in as a sub, trying to get on the board, but it was the kind of night that Costa Rica and the fans were feeling. On the left-hand side, Mendez, his try, up and away. Nothing didn't happen until the 88th minute for Guatemala. Just didn't have the type of presence you'd expect for Guatemala here tonight. With a few things at stake and an opportunity to break free on the stream of Costa Rica. Costa Rica, though, came in this contest winless in the last two, changed their fate with an enthusiastic start, and the conclusion was theirs, that we've reached full time. Costa Rica runs away 3-0. So Costa Rica takes care of business tonight. 3-0 is the final score. You see the shots on target, the fouls, everything going one way, except the most important thing for Guatemala. They go down the totem pole as well. Costa Rica wins League A, Group A. They have 8 points. Suriname leapfrogs Guatemala. They have 7 points, but a better goal differential. They go to number 2. Guatemala finishes at 3. But Costa Rica wins League A, Group A with a convincing fashion here tonight. They beat Guatemala by a score of 3-0. This is David Gascon saying so long. Concacaf Nations League action continues, of course, but League A, Group A controlled by Costa Rica. They advance. 3-0 is the final score.